What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as Litecoin. As you guys know, we do a different cryptocurrency here on the channel every single week with your guys' help. All you have to do is comment your favorite cryptocurrency or altcoin down below, and I'll be picking a new one for next week's episodes. More importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's video is obviously, if you haven't been able to figure out by now, most of the videos I've been putting out pretty much the past 2 or 3 days have been a bearish sentiment to the way this market has been moving to. We've been talking about just bearish corrections to the downside. As you guys saw yesterday and into this morning, there are some big support levels that just got broken on some of these major cryptocurrencies, and we're now starting to see these markets reverse to the downside, and they did enter us into some big short opportunities that hopefully you guys took advantage of. If not, there are more approaching. So we're going to be talking about how much lower this market can move to, as well as buying in, shorting the market. And there is money to be made on shorting markets that are dropping that not many people understand. So we're going to be looking at 2 of those, possibilities of making some profit in a bear market. More importantly, today's video is sponsored by Polar. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about a new crypto and new and upcoming cryptocurrency project that actually is a way to make money on market predictions. So within the Euro, the Euro World Cup or things of that nature, you can actually bet and move money around based on predictions in the market. Definitely stay tuned to the end of today's episode, as I do have a lot of stuff to talk about in regards to Polars. And also, definitely, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to join us over at Discord, which I linked in the description down below. We have over 1,500 free and active community members within the chat that everybody is talking about. We're all talking about cryptocurrency, where we're buying and selling short. It's just a way to get a little bit more content and a little bit more technical analysis if you want more than just this YouTube channel. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. All right, guys, that was a lot to talk about for the beginning intro, but there's a lot that needed to be said. But hopefully you guys watch these 2 videos here. If not, I definitely recommend going back and watching them. All in all, total, we've had 15,000 people watch these past 2 videos, which is good, but definitely not enough. But you guys have to understand that this was the breaking point and signaling bearish markets and reversals. You can see right here, let me just freeze the screen, that this was a reference to the point of breakout where we broke through major support levels that would ultimately send this market starting to spiral to the downside. And then yesterday we put out a video basically referencing that this is it, and we do have targets set long term for bottom support levels where Bitcoin could potentially move towards $10,000, if not lower than $10,000, and that you guys have to start preparing yourselves, considering better ways to invest your money, moving money in, moving money out, taking your losses or dollar cost averaging your positions. Now, for me, what I've been doing is not necessarily just leaving thousands and thousands of dollars within the space, because it is very risky and very volatile. We do have other, options to just leaving, liquid money in certain other portfolios that will make us better interest over the course of a couple years than to just leave it all within crypto. What I actually do is I buy long, sell short. We scalp the market. We're not in it for longer than maybe 2 or 3 days at most, because it's so easy to just capitalize on these runs. So as you guys remember the past couple of videos on the channel, we've been talking about resistance levels capped and support levels capped on XRP and Bitcoin. We know for XRP, it was clear as day when the buy-in opportunity was. We also had a clear resistance level set at about $1, and we discussed if we close, XRP above maybe $1.07, $1.08 above these moving averages here, it's a good opportunity for us to capitalize on a run that could send us all the way up to $1.60. We then went in depth discussing the fact that there was a beautiful uptrend on XRP that stemmed from back in the end of January that has been able to lift the prices of XRP up since then. For the entire year, we've been using it as a major support. And just recently, we actually discovered some sort of symmetrical triangle, actually a downtrend that was pushing volume much lower to ultimately sandwich us and trade us and consolidate inside this support level right here. And eventually we did, break bearish and correct below here. And the second we saw confirmation that prices were actually breaking below the 80-cent support that we discussed, it was a very good opportunity to buy in and short this market, which hopefully some of you guys did. That's what I did. And it paid off pretty damn well because we've been talking about resistance capped at $1.07, and support capped at about 80 cents. So we discussed anything lower than that would be a good opportunity to short. So since then, we've just been shorting it, and what a drop we had. And this is going to continue to happen. We actually saw 77 cents all the way drop to 65. And that's the problem that you guys have to realize. There's really not that much support in these levels here, which makes it very easy for us to correct much lower very quick. How low for you guys, and where is it going to be moving to? It could be as low as, I'd say, 50 cents, 49 cents on this coin, and you guys really have to start preparing yourselves for shorting this market. Now, how do we do that? How do we short it down to 45, 49 cents, which would be back to the moving average? We've pretty much already gone the way for XRP, but there are other cryptocurrencies that haven't actually done so just yet. But I've been using Bityard, as you guys can see here on the charts. This is the website that I've been using to basically leverage all my positions on the channel, and you guys can clearly check it out down in the description below. But it's how I basically buy and sell short and leverage and take profits on my positions in the market. It's very easy to do. I also like that for beginners they offer a demo account which gives you $100,000 of just play money that you guys can buy and sell and learn how to trade and things like that. Nothing changes, just your balance, and you guys can really just test your skills on this market. But short opportunities are huge right now. So we discussed that a big short was below 80 cents, and that's exactly what we did. And it's as simple as just moving your leverage. I usually stay below 10 times or around 10 times. If I wanted to do a much longer short opportunity, we can enter 1,000 right here, just like that, and then click sell short, and we can capitalize on the drop to the downside. It's very easy. We can then set up stop losses, which is very recommended. Honestly, any trade you create, you have to have a stop loss open because you don't want to actually lose out on positions. You just don't want to do it. More importantly, not only is XRP dropping, we do anticipate, like we said, down to about its moving average on its weekly, which is closer to 49.50 cents. We have all these other cryptocurrencies which are breaking bearish as well, which we had discussed by key vital support levels. As you can see on Ethereum, a vital support level was its support at about 22.62, whatever the price is right there. Ultimately, you guys can see there's a big ascending fractal on this coin that's also been around since the beginning of January. This uptrend has been able to let the price of Ethereum rise to the upside as high as we've wanted to go. And since then, we've been using it to actually bounce off of and break bullish. And we discussed if we actually can close above this support level here, which was maybe like June 18th, about 3 days ago. If we closed above here, it would be a good signal to actually buy in and long it to the upside, because usually it tends to break bullish. Notice every time it's tested the bottom, it's reversed back up. Had it here, had it here, had it here, and here. But notice right now we've actually come back down to retest it, and we didn't close above support. We didn't wick below it. We didn't do anything like that. We actually closed right on the bottom and opened the following day below here, which was a signal of reversal and bearish, optimism. And you can also see that the MACDs and moving averages all are flashing bearish as we've had bearish crosses, which was another reference to potentially correction. And you can see, as we've discussed in the past, there's not that much support and support levels holding these cryptocurrencies up at the price level it's currently at. We've broken through most of those, which is just signaling a big flash dump to the downside, which is why I'm telling you guys, short opportunities are here. Big short opportunities are here. Long short opportunities are here. As you guys know, even on Ethereum, the price can easily move down to 934. We've discussed we've only had about a 40 to 50% correction since the top, especially on Ethereum. From right now, the immediate drop was about 47%, and since then it's 56% currently. We could go down to about an 80% drop. Understand, that is not something that is made up or crazy or something we haven't experienced before. Every single drop since like 09 within cryptocurrency has seen a significant drop of about 60 to like 85%, 60 to 90%. So for us to see another 30% correction that brings us all the way down to 859 is not something that's like crazy to me. It's very possible, and it's most likely going to happen. As you can see, we are still overextended on Ethereum's weekly, and there's a very big chance that Ethereum is going to be correcting all the way back down to its moving average at $1,000, which is something we can also take advantage of. How do we do that? We can leverage it by shorting the market. Not many people know how to short, and that's where we come in. So within Bityard, we just scroll over to Ethereum, and we now have the opportunity to short this cryptocurrency. So very easy to take advantage of that. Also, Bitcoin, really the biggest symbol that I'm waiting for, and I know a lot of people are waiting for. Obviously, we've been talking about the uptrend that started since, I believe, the end of January. Or no, this started in October. We could have had it maybe stretched out to, no, it's fine. This actually started in October of 2020. Not necessarily January of 2020 or 2021. But notice that this was an uptrend that was much longer than all the other cryptocurrencies, and we actually broke through it today. And we've discussed, or a couple days ago, and we've discussed that this wasn't necessarily the uptrend that we've needed. We were using it for a little bit, but more importantly, we were using the sideways channel where we had a price ceiling set at 40K and a price floor set at 30K. And we discussed that if at any moment we break through these resistances, we would be moving back up to the upside, creating a third lower high formation, which would still be somewhat of a bearish consolidation format, not necessarily something bullish, but we also referenced that it wasn't going to be using this uptrend here. We were referencing that we can't really use that as a means of capitalizing on runs. We had to actually use support and resistances. So the biggest thing for me, and hopefully for a lot of you guys too, and while I'm talking about that, I want to look at the RSI, which has now broken bearish again below this downtrend here, which is actually pretty phenomenal if you ask me, that we broke back down below it. More importantly, the fact is this bottom support at 30K. That's it, guys. That's the level we should all be looking at for Bitcoin. I wouldn't be buying into Bitcoin just yet. Obviously, Bitcoin has corrected about 51%. Currently, it's halved its position. But an 80% drop, which is what I'm calculating, could set us all the way down to $12,000, guys. 80 to 90%. 90 would be closer to, hopefully not 90. We're looking for maybe an 85% drop, closer to 9,200, but close to 10 grand. I mean, we are definitely looking for prices to move to $10,000. And I know that's scary, but if we break this support, if 30K does not hold on Bitcoin, do you realize this is the gap it has to fill? There's nothing in between, 30K and 20K that's holding this price up? Nothing. So if we break through, which is very much so going to happen very soon, you guys have to prepare yourselves by shorting. So the second you see 30K being broken on Bitcoin, enter a short. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to personally be entering a short from 30 to 20K. That's going to be a big drop. It's scary, I know, but it's going to happen. Litecoin as well is seeing some sort of descending fractal. We haven't looked at Litecoin in a long time, but a descending fractal actually formed on this coin, which was shocking to me. So very interesting that it's been doing this for quite some time now. We didn't actually notice, because this is a very good reference to consolidation and downtrend. There's a good chance that it's hit the bottom right now currently, and we might actually see some consolidation on the coin. But we are headed in the downwards directions, my friends. So get ready, strap on your seatbelts. We are going to be heading down. I'd like to see how the S&P decides to open up. Good chance it's going to fall a little bit lower. Granted, it needs to, it should, so we can head up higher, but who the hell knows? Otherwise, guys, I do want to talk about Polars now. All right, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Polars for sponsoring today's episode. For those that don't remember, Polars is a new DeFi platform for creating secure Polar tokens, the price of which depends on the results of specific external events. Now, within the Polars platform, users can buy, sell, and exchange Polar tokens, as well as participate in the distribution of the platform's commission income. The first Polar token pair is available for trading on the Polars platform, and they are the black and white Polar tokens. Now, to create an efficient and transparent predictions market free from liquidity and trading volume problems, they decided to make participation more interactive. They are creating the white and black teams. They will both be actively competing against each other, with the winner depending on the results from external events like we know the Euro World Cup is going on, as well as results of exchange rates or any other events that users can punt on. As they compete, the value of both Polar tokens will remain the same. Whenever the white team wins, the value of the white token rises, and at the same time the black team falls, the black token falls, and the same margin and so on and so forth to maintain the aggregate price. Now in the DeFi area, there are several players in this market, but they all have a problem: low liquidity. Users are not interested in participating in unpopular and illiquid events, and liquidity providers are reluctant to add liquidity to unpopular, low volume events. And this vicious cycle does not end there. Polars found a solution to this major problem and came up with a way to break this vicious cycle. Polar successfully completed the first round of beta testing of the platform. Almost 30,000 people took part in the testing. During testing, Polar's users showed a trading volume of over $800 million, which is absolutely incredible. The POL token is currently traded on Uniswap and PancakeSwap. So basically, the Polar's team also launched a staking program on both ERC20 and BEP20 at 0.3% per day in POL tokens. So in order to actually stake your coins, you need to connect your MetaMask wallet, which hopefully most of you know how to use by now. Then you approve the bPOL and add bPOL tokens to farm. You'll be able to remove your tokens at the end of the current staking smart contracts, but rewards will be accrued daily and you can claim your rewards at any time. So these tokens are fully available as of right now. So the current staking smart contract is valid on June 14th, which has already happened, until July 15th. So you have about a month or a couple weeks by now. And for the next smart contracts, expect announcements in early July, so not too long from now. And you can add additional tokens to staking at any time, increasing your position and increasing your daily profit. I'll be basically the guinea pig in this case and test their staking pool so you guys don't have to, and then we can check back on our results in a later episode. And then in the second half of June, the trading competition will be launched in which POL tokens in the amount of $37,500 will be drawn. True, only participants of the first stage of testing can participate in the final, but at least it will be interesting to watch Polars as they test their mainnet launch. So it'll be pretty cool. Lastly, Polars is in the final stages of an audit from Zokyo, after which it is planned to release the open source code of the Polar token protocol on GitHub. The team is currently working on a small redesign of the Polar's platform, in which they will take into account the wishes of the testers, and already in July, it is planned to launch the Polar's platform on the main Binance Smart Chain. So guys, the listing on several centralized exchanges is also planned soon, so we'll have to check back when those get listed. Otherwise, guys, huge shout out to Polars for sponsoring today's episode. Definitely make sure to comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.